All right, we are officially recording. Hi, everyone. This is Angie with Moxie and Money, and I am here with Jo. She is our personal branding expert with Moxie and Money, and we have partnered with her on multiple occasions, both for some of her events for Branding by Jo and our events as Moxie and Money. So you will see her at an event soon. We wanted to do a quick video today to talk to you a little bit about personal branding and why it's so important to you as a female entrepreneur. But before we jump into that, Jo, if you want to take a second and introduce yourself and maybe give us the why behind Branding by Jo.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for having me, Angie. I am Jocelyn Espejo. I go by Jo. I am the founder of Branding by Jo. And my why, goodness, I spent a lot of time in corporate America. Grew up thinking that that was the only way that I could be successful. Found myself successful very young, but very stressed out, spending all of the time thinking about all of I was missing at home while I was at work, focused on work while I was at home, and realizing all along the way that this side hustle that I had been nurturing and fostering, the only thing that was keeping me back from pursuing that full time was fear. And I realized one day I had spent all of this time helping somebody else build their enterprise. And I was like, okay, now's the time. Just stop being scared, get out and do it for yourself. And so I've been doing it and I love it. And I think that's really what is my reason behind my brand. I want to empower others to do the same.
Yep, that is awesome. And I am a corporate America dropout as well. So congrats. Um,
Thanks.
I realize the same. I'm like, wait, I'm making someone else a lot of money. And it is, as you mentioned, fear and mindset is, I think, probably the biggest obstacle as female entrepreneurs we have to overcome. And
Yeah.
so congrats on doing that and doing
Thank
something that you
you.
love, because it is scary and it doesn't stop being scary once you do it, right? Every time you scale or hit new levels, it's scary again. So
Oh, 1,000%. And congrats to you too. I think that's, it's there's a lot of people that do it, but they don't realize. And sometimes you make it look easy and no, but fear is a constant, it's a mindset game and shift and
yep.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you do what you love, because Jo and I recently had a photo session or photo shoot, however, whatever the fancy term is. And I will tell you, I looked at the photos just before this recording, and I left her a message and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so amazing." I've had headshots done before, but never branding photos done before for my personal or professional brand, and what a game changer it is. And you clearly love what you do, because you are really flipping good at it. And so I opened the pictures and I sent her a message and I was like, "Oh my gosh, now I know what you mean, smile with your eyes," because there are pictures where I'm looking at them and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I feel like I can see my soul," because I'm truly smiling and having a good time. So, and it is such a skill. So congrats, and actually pulling out. And I've seen the photos you've done for some other women and some within Moxie and Money, where I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing." And it's a whole different level than just sitting there, right, and smiling, and it's a headshot and one of the like quintessential business card photos. It's
Yes.
just
Well, and there's such a difference. And I think a lot of people think headshot and they think that that's the only thing you need. And there is a place for headshots and we do need them, but they're just branding photos are just a whole nother level. And I think, I'm getting to the point where I can comfortably say, like, bringing out people's authenticity is my superpower. Like, that is what I love to do. And I like to make it fun. And I think that's what helps, right? Like, it's, fear plays into so much of what keeps us from doing so much in life. And if I had $1 for every time I've heard I'm not comfortable in front of the camera or I hate having my picture taken, shoot, if I had $1 for every time I've said it, like, I wouldn't be working anymore. But I think that's where it is. And I'm a huge eye person and they are the windows to our soul. And we have a limited time to make a first impression. And so much of what we're doing nowadays for our business is online. And whether that be your website or an email or social media, a flyer, whatever it is, being able to have that, 3 seconds to capture someone's attention and make them feel like they've connected with you. That's what I do. And that's what I love. I love doing that. and giving people images that now, like, you love them, and
Mhm.
when you get them, you'll actually use them.
Yes.
That's my hope, is that you'll get
Yes.
them out there and actually start showing up in your business, because that's
Well,
what
and
counts.
what we can do for the women of Moxie and Money, we can take one of the photos that you did that is beautiful, and then we'll put it next to one of my selfie headshots in the car.
But the
And
seatbelt.
we can vote for the seatbelt. So I don't usually do the seatbelt. I don't usually do the seatbelt, but we can put them side by side so people can see the difference because there is such a huge difference. And and I will tell you, with during our photo shoot, I had so much fun. I mean, so much fun. My face hurt. My face is starting to hurt now. I don't know. It's just when I smile too long, my face hurts. But so let's talk a little bit about how branding photos can help female entrepreneurs, because obviously they're pretty, right? And you do a great job and they're beautiful, but how does that help someone's brand?
So we've all heard the phrase, "A picture is worth 1,000 words." In so much that we do, everything is visual, and people actually don't realize the amount that visuals are. The way that our brain is trained is to look at pictures and understand it so much faster than words. And so if you think about all of the things that we're using, all of our mediums, having those elevated professional images help you establish who you are and get people to kind of stop the scroll, right? Like, if they're going through social media and there's an engaging photo of you, they're going to stop and then they'll read the words that you have to say. That's the point, is we want to get them to hesitate. And a lot of times we want them to understand what you're doing just in your picture. Like, if you have the images, it's like, oh, do I like her? Do I know what she's doing? Can I tell us, like, what's the story? And that's what the personal brand photos are. And so that it's a complement to everything that we do. A lot of times when I talk to new business owners, I hear, I need a new logo, I need a website, I need to do all these things. And yes, all of those are a checkbox. But when you think about your website, if it's just words, and you guys all know this, if you think about a website that you've gone to, you pull it up, if it's just words, you're going to lose interest very, very quickly. Versus if you pull up the website and there's a photo, I'm instantly going to make a decision as to whether or not I like you. Can I connect with you? Do you feel like somebody that I'd want to work with? And then now I can start to look at those words and see what you have to say. So that's where personal brand photos come in. It's supposed to be a game changer to help you be able to establish a connection with your ideal clients. So that's what my difference is. I like to do a strategy and make sure, are we tailoring it to your message? Is it on brand? You don't want to do photos that don't match with the message or the people that you're trying to attain, because then it doesn't really matter. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have to convey. I've been in sales for over 20 years, and no matter whether you consider yourself in sales or not, if you are an entrepreneur, newsflash,
Sales.
you are in sales. You are.
Yes, own
Everything.
that.
Yeah, own it. You are in sales. My
Yeah.
husband's in sales too. So in our house, we like to say nothing happens until someone sells something.
Yeah.
And so when you're in sales, I mean, the sales 101 is people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So with brand photography, you're able to convey in one simple image
Mhm.
that someone knows, likes, and trusts you, or that they should. And realistically, with anything in life, whether you use your voice or a photo, you're going to attract certain people and you're going to repel certain people. And that's okay. And
Mhm.
that's on purpose. And you should be okay with that. And with brand photos, you want to attract the right people. So that, for me, right, my audience is female entrepreneurs and women in business. So that's who I want to attract.
Right.
So a guy may be scrolling through and see my photos and being like, "Oh, I don't like her boss lady coffee cup." Well, really great. That's awesome, and I respect that. You should keep scrolling. But what I
Right.
want is women in business and female entrepreneurs to stop and say, "Oh, wow, and she's reading a badass book, right? And she's, maybe I know a little bit about her." And these are some of the things that Joe really captured, because I got to bring props. And I got stumped when you're like, bring props and bring a favorite water bottle or coffee cup. And I have a coffee cup thing. I love, like, my coffee cup in the morning sets the tone for my day. So I only brought 3 and I wanted to bring about 10 of them.
Next one. The next
Yes.
one you can bring more. But
Next
that's
one.
exactly the point. And then now in that image, you'll be able to start talking about that. Like, if I see a picture of you opening up the cabinet and you've got coffee cups, I'm automatically going to know you have a thing for coffee cups. Like,
Mhm.
that's because you've got personal ones. They're not just a cabinet full of white ones. Like you have personalized
Mhm.
coffee cups. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
very much so. They
it's
are
a it's
also the window to my soul.
and they impact your week, right? I think you said you have like a coffee cup for every
I
day
do.
of the week and how you want to start your day.
I
But
do.
that's the whole point of the brand photos. You nailed it. It's helping you establish that know, like, and trust factor. You're
Yep.
putting in the work, you're
Mhm.
showing up, and this allows you one more tool that can be on brand to help you in your journey. It's not as much work if you can make that connection when they first find you. And then they already have, if they know, like, if they've already decided that they kind of like you and they get on the phone with you, that journey is so much easier
Yep.
than if you're trying to establish a know, like, and trust faster, or know, like, and trust, can't talk, factor from words. Like,
Mhm.
yes, we can do it, but it's harder. It's
Mhm.
a much more uphill battle.
Yep. Absolutely. So hopefully this helped everyone that is watching this. If you would like Joe's information, it will be either below this video if you're watching this on YouTube or one of the social channels, or we will make sure it's in the newsletter as well so you have access. Also, shameless plug for the December Moxie and Money event. Joe will be at the December Moxie and Money event. She is also one of our sponsors. So if you want to come and get to know Joe a little bit more and talk about your personal experience or what you're looking for in branding photos, that's a really great opportunity to do that as we do the 2024 goal planning think tank. Part of
Yeah.
that process is the who and the how. So Joe may be part of your who, and that's a really great place to connect with her. And of course, I'm always available to help as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you within Moxie and Money soon. Take care, everyone. Thanks, Joe.
Bye. Thank you.